last week coming into this week. Had a good trip down to Florida. Thought our guys did an excellent job of playing complementary football. Did some good things on offense, defense, and in the kicking game. And so it was a good plane flight home. I'm really proud of our guys. I believe us and Georgia are the only two schools in the country that have gone the last 2 years without losing a road game. So that's hard to do. And we've gone 10 in a row, and so that's a heck of an accomplishment. And I didn't really know it until we came in the locker room. Someone told me about it. So I knew we'd won a bunch. I knew we didn't win them all last year, and now we won them all this year. So that's a heck of an accomplishment for our football program. Obviously big ball game Friday against UTSA. I'm hoping we get a fantastic crowd out here. They've some similarities between the two programs in regards to the quarterback position. They got a seventh-year guy, Frank Harris, who's just had a phenomenal career at UTSA. He's thrown for over 10,000 yards and rushed for a bunch of yards. And they didn't have him early in the year, kind of like how we didn't have Michael early in the year. And that was when they had some tough ball games. But they're on a roll, and so are we. So hopefully people come out and see two quality football teams play on Friday at 2:30. Anybody got any questions?
Willie, can you see a difference in the team this year, having been through so many big games? I mean, your team's played on national TV a bunch, been in this situation. Whereas this time last year, they really hadn't been. Is that
it might be something. It just seems like when someone needs to make a play, we're getting someone to step up and make a play. Whether it's offense, defense, or kicking game. And I also think that we really try to put pressure on them in practice and stress them in practice, and sometimes that makes the games a little bit easier. And we're always talking about situational football, and so the guys have been through all those different situations before, and you see that come to life during games sometimes with guys doing things that you've talked about in meetings, or you've worked drills as a team out in practice. We're not just running plays. Every play that we run out there has a down and distance and a field zone and a hash mark, and we also talk oftentimes about what the score of the game is. That's the other indicator of what you should be doing. So, yeah, I think that we got some veteran guys who've been through the wars.
Jaquan and Keys both out this week.
Lawrence is. I'm hoping Jaquan's going to be able to play. We're hoping.
Does it help in a short week having a defensive coordinator who coached against this team?
I think it does a little bit. I think their offensive coordinator is now with them when they played in the bowl game, so that makes things a little bit different. But yeah, Shield went against them last year in the bowl game, so he does have some experience breaking down UTSA from last year to this year.
Everybody talks about you guys, won 10 games in a row, but have you highlighted to the team how you won all those games, but you won them out of necessity because you look up and it's 3 teams 7-0 in the standings in the conference?
Yeah, it's been very competitive up at the top of the conference this year. It hasn't always been that way. There's kind of been a little break, maybe between two teams, sometimes one team, and so yeah, there's a lot going on this last weekend.
The ability to maintain that kind of poise and edge through all the close games this year, how does that add further to the clutch factor this team has in being able to maintain your status in the conference after winning it last year?
I think it helps us out. We just after we get done with a ball game, we move on to the next opponent and show them the things that we did good, bad, the week before, and then move on to the next team. And we even when we watch the game, I take Sunday off. I had an old coach I worked for, and you have to take one day off. And he said I take off Sunday. I asked him why. He said, well, if you won, you don't need to see him. If you lost, you don't want to see him. And he's probably right. So we take Sunday off, and then when they come back in on Monday, we really watch the highlights of the game, because in this day and age, they've all probably watched the game that we played on Saturday 5 times on Sunday. So they've seen what has happened and what they did good and what they did bad. But then the last half of the meeting is prepping for the upcoming opponent. We go out review some mistakes that we made in the game, and then, install new plays for the upcoming opponent, and then, just move on.
Can you win with 20, 24 points?
You don't
Friday?
know. Right now you don't know the path to victory.
I mean,
You
that's
just
kinda how
never
you've
know.
been doing it the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
so
you just never know. Our goal is to score one more than them.
Well, you mentioned their quarterback. What is special about him? What do you prepare for more with him than somebody else?
Well, he's got excellent movement. He's a lefty, which is a little bit different, I guess. Not for them, obviously, because they play him all the time. Just he's got very good movement. Throws on the run well. There's not a whole lot you're going to throw at him that he hasn't seen a million times. He's a dual threat guy. Sometimes face a real good quarterback, and he's more of a throw guy, or he's more of a run guy. This guy can do it all. He's a really talented quarterback.
Chris Carter really stepped up.
Yeah, he did.
Saturday. What has he meant to this team?
Well, he's meant a lot. He transferred in here from South Florida. We recruited him a little bit coming out of high school. Didn't know a whole lot about him, but we needed some guys at that position, either a depth guy or a guy who can step up and play a bunch. And he's really learned, what we're doing. It's taking him a little bit longer because our system's totally different than what he was used to at South Florida. But he's picked it up, and he's been a very valuable player for us.
Your reaction to the new athletic director?
I have not heard anything definitive about it, so I'm not going to comment until all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. I've done this a few times too, where I thought something was happening and it wasn't, so I'm going to wait and when we get it all finished, I'm going to welcome the guy with open arms, or she, whoever it ends up being, and I'm sure it's going to happen here pretty quickly, I imagine.
If you don't mind me asking, do you know David Harris at all?
No, I don't.
Is it, knowing that you endorsed someone else, does it make it uncomfortable? Or?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I got asked a question while I was in here, and I answered it, heck, that's, and I think I put in my answer there that I don't make the decisions for the athletic department. I only do it for the football program, and we're excited about it. It's anytime you get somebody that new comes into your athletic department, your university, or whatever the case may be, you want to do a great job of helping them make the adjustment. Just like when I came here and was brand new, everybody helped me. Old Steve helped me become part of the Green Wave family. So, we're going to do the same thing with whoever the new athletic director is. Everybody good?
One more, if you don't mind. Is it easy for you to not get distracted about when your name comes up, which it's going to do? Look, when you have this kind of success, it's going to happen. Is it easy for you to ignore
Yeah,
that?
it really is. I guess it's a blessing. It's happened to me a lot of times at different places over the years, and God, you hope you're in the conversation and people are taking notice of what you're doing good. But no, I stay away from all that, and I focus on the task at hand, and it's easy for me. That's always been simple for me, just to worry about what's going on and not worry about stuff that's imagined. Everybody good? Thank y'all.